to the channel. So today's video is how to do an acrylic fill. This video was a 3-week fill. As you can see, there's no lifting because yeah, we don't play like that, period. So I actually really love this design. I was set to take it off, but the first thing that we're gonna do when doing our fill is, of course, just remove any previous design that was on the nail. So remove all of that. It was so pretty. I'm so sad to see it go. But yeah, remove all of that. And when I'm taking off the polish, I'm not too pressed about like trying to get it all off, like especially when it comes to the sides, because I know like I'm gonna go in with my file and shape that up, so anything that's like left on the sides I'm gonna be able to get. But do just try to get like as close to like where you previously laid it, like the little line of demarcation, ain't that what y'all call it? So just try to get like as close to that and just like get around like the edges and make sure everything is like seamless. Also, I know it wasn't the case with this one, but like sometimes they'll have like, even if there's like really no lifting, there'll be like the smallest like air pockets right around the edges. So if you notice that, definitely make sure that you're going around and you're getting that off. If you don't get that off, that's how you get greenies and that's how you get lifting. So yeah, we're definitely gonna take care of that. But you guys can see how I'm going around the edges really nicely and making sure to get all of that design up. Like I said, I'm not too pressed about like the size, like that little white that I just left on the side right there. I'm like, that's the very edges. I'm literally gonna file it, so I'm not pressed about that. But especially when it comes to the top, make sure you're getting all that up and go around the cuticle area, the previous cuticle area, really nicely. All right, so boom, now you can see I am taking my cuticle bit, my medium, no, my fine. It's early. I kind of forgot which one is blue and which one is red. But yeah, just go around that. And then also, like I said previously, if you did have any air pockets or anything like that, that you were able to kind of like thin out with your drill bit, now would be the time. And you could really see it with like at this stage. So this is when I kind of go in and I would take my cuticle bit and just rub it in those areas really good. And then it'll lift the loose acrylic up, and then you can just kind of start fresh. So that's one thing I've actually like really been paying attention to that for like the last week, and I'm like, wow, like my fills just look so beautiful. So yeah, make sure like this cuticle bit is actually very helpful for me. Like I know a lot of people don't use it and I don't know why. Like get you a cuticle bit, they're so freaking helpful. Alright, so once I am done with her cuticle area, I'm going to take my 100 grit nail file and just etch up that area a little bit. I like to use new files. That's something that I really learned like recently, that I like to use new files because I feel like I'm able to just like get in the area better. Like when I use a file a lot, the corners be kind of like, they kind of dull out, but you kind of need the corners to, oh, we must have been talking. You kind of need the corners to get into like those tiny spaces, you know what I mean? But yeah, so we're just kind of blending out the previous acrylic and kind of blending it into her natural nail plate. And then also, if you did have any air pockets previously that you were able to get up with your cuticle bit, it depending on the area was like how far back it went, you might have like a little shelf. So like when you're etching, make sure you're kind of blending that out too and making sure that's pretty flush to the natural nail. And for the next part, this hand wasn't in the camera. I need to work on my angles, obviously. But so this is the part where I was talking about like if you had any residual polish or any design left over on the very edges, like just the very edges, this would be the time where you're able to just go ahead and file that off, because we're just filing those edges and making sure that they're straight. We're doing square, taper square, something like that. So yeah, I was just filing those edges and making sure they're really crisp, because y'all know I like my shape like real crisp and clean. And then obviously this part is not going to be in frame either because I don't know what I was doing. But yeah, just file the tops. Or free edge, should I say. I always say tops. That's so funny. But after that, just clip your cuticles. And then I went in with my first layer of primer. And this part is actually my second layer of primer because, like I said, this hand wasn't in focus. So we missed a little bit. But I think y'all got just what's going on. Etch the nail or cuticle bit, then etch the nail. Then go in and shape up your sides and everything and file your free edge, and then prime, 2 coats of primer. Well, it actually depends on what primer you use, but for me it's 2 coats of primer. So now I'm just going in with my Classic Nude by Valentino. And yeah, y'all know this is my favorite acrylic, period. So yeah, my Classic Nude by Valentino, and I love doing fills because when I say it, literally it takes no time at all, like no time at all. And y'all see how I just shaped that up real quick, like they back like super square. Yeah, love that for me. And yeah, like I said, The fills take literally no time. I get like a small bead. I've been like one small bead and then literally just put it in the crevices. And you know what? I do usually use like drier beads, but I will say when I'm doing my fills, it's okay for them to be a little bit more wet because I feel like they just slide into like the cracks and crevices a little bit better. And it's also a little bit easier for me to just blend it down. Also, it's like if you go further down, because I know that like I file my overlay is like pretty thin, so if you want to go ahead and just put like another bead towards the tip and just kind of blend that out just to make it a little bit thicker, because I know I'm about to blend it, or I know I'm about to drill it again, and I know it's going to get thin again, but I just want it to be like a little bit more product in that area. So yeah, just go ahead and blend that down. And also, like, it'll be easier if you wipe your nail with monomer first. You know what I mean? Like, just wipe it really quick with like some monomer, just like the smallest amount of monomer, and then go ahead and blend out like your new acrylic. It's really gonna help it blend out, because I know previously if I didn't do it and like my nail was just completely dry and I went in and tried to like blend out my new acrylic with the old acrylic, sometimes there would be like little air bubbles. It looks like kind of like a white line in like the acrylic that you just laid, but it's really just like an air bubble, so we definitely don't want that. So like I said, it'll be easier if you just go ahead and wipe your nail with like the smallest teensy bitty amount of monomer to just kind of get it wet, and then like it'll kind of merge the products together. I know I say this all the time, but it really is trial and error when you're doing things. Like, as you go throughout the years and stuff, like, you'll learn what to do and what not to do and different ways to make things better. And within, like, the last, like, I don't know, but, like, the last year I've been a lot more consistent with just, like, doing my job because I've been in one space. So I've just been, like, a lot more consistent. So I'm consistently learning, like, new techniques and just different ways to do things. So now I'm moving on to the drilling. You can see I'm just going around that cuticle area really, really good and making sure to seal that so that no water is able to get in. And actually, like, this is something I've been doing too when it comes to, of course, my big old head wants to be in the way. Guys, I'm really working on, like, new angles and stuff, but also, like, I can't see while I'm working. So just be patient with me. We're going to get there. But y'all see how flat and how freaking, like, gorgeous and natural that overlay looks, period. But yeah, so just go around that cuticle area really good, making sure to seal that, make sure no water can get in. And I know a lot of people are, like, scared to use a drill when they're, like, first learning, but I promise it's okay. Just don't move too fast. Make sure you're taking your time so that you can really see everything that you're doing. But oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So, like, one new thing I've been doing when it comes to my overlays is, like, taking the very, very, like, tip of the free edge and just hitting it with my drill underneath just a little bit. Of course, you don't want to do too much because, like I said, this is an overlay, so these people really want their natural nails to grow out, which is fine. But I know as nails grow out, sometimes, like, they'll hit their nails on things, or, like, it'll just be like, I don't know, kind of like a separation at the free edge. So that just helps me a little bit. If you don't notice that, don't do it. But yeah, all right, let's get back in frame here. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that through all the fingers. Of course, I gotta put my head on the camera. At this point, y'all are used to it, so don't be judging me, and I don't think nobody judges me. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. But just pay attention to this part, because I think we're gonna have to cut this little section short. I ended up being out of frame for, like, the other two fingers. But y'all can definitely see what I'm doing, and I do the same drill process in all of my videos on all of my sets. So if you're not familiar with my drill process, and like I said, I've already done this video on my channel, like, the same person and everything. This is my mom. So if you want to see how I did her fill before, just make sure you guys go check out that video. It's probably like 2 months ago, but it shouldn't be hard to find. Ooh, that looks really good. Okay, maybe you're just, no, it's still out of frame. It's okay though. But yeah, look how flat that is. I just love a natural looking overlay. I swear I get better at my job every single day, and that really makes me happy. First of all, I just love doing my job, but also I just love learning and creating and just everything about my job. I just really love it. Ooh, whole time it wasn't too out of frame. You can definitely see what I'm doing if you pay attention. So all right, now it's time for the thumb. Same process. Going to just go around that cuticle area really good, making sure to seal it. That's what I'm gonna say. Make sure to seal it. And then always, what's it called? Vertical lines for debulking, horizontal lines for smoothing out. That's the same drill process I always use. Go side to side when I'm trying to make sure everything is smooth, and I go down and up when I feel like I got an area that's a little bit too thick. But yeah. Oh, maybe this is what I was talking about. This part is out of the frame, the filing. But you can see I think I filed literally like twice on each side because, like I said, it's square and I didn't want my shape to go in. I didn't want no taper square or nothing like that. So yeah, we're just going to cut this part short. So skip, next. Oh, you know what? I got this part, and I don't think this part is ever in frame. So I'm going to show this part, me filing the free edge. Guys, look how thin and natural her overlay is. And you know what? When she was sitting there, she kind of made me mad. She was like, yeah, I just love this. Because last time she came in, she was like, make them thinner. So I made them like super thin like this. And then she came in, she was like, I think all of your clients would like this. Like, this is beautiful. And it just looks so natural and all this other stuff. And I'm like, girl, all of these people don't get super short nails. Like, I'm not making everybody's nails super, super short. And like, I don't tell you how to nurse. Like, don't tell me how to nail. You feel me? But yeah, I will say her idea it worked. It looked really good. Alright, so after I buffed, I just had her wash her hands, and then I really winged it from this point on. I had no idea what I was doing, and I'm not like a big nail art person, so sometimes I just do stuff. But I'm just taking this like teal turquoise-ish color from Kiara Sky. I really like this too. It got like a little sparkles in it. But I will say with this polish, it's not that opaque, so I did do 2 coats of this for my nail art, which is kind of like annoying when you have to do like multiple coats on nail art. Like when it comes to just doing like a full polish or whatever, it's not that bad, but like doing 2 coats on nail art, like come on now. So I do need to get like a more opaque like teal polish. Actually, you guys, leave me polish recommendations in the comments. Like, what do y'all use? I was thinking about getting the Valentino like polish collection, so let me know how y'all feel about it. I usually use the D&D, so I have a lot of D&D colors. I have a few Kiara Sky colors, and then I have a few Nail Supply Glamour colors. I feel like it really depends on like which color like you're using, because I feel like there's some of them that I really love in each collection, but there's some of them that I'm just like, why did they do this? But yeah, so I'm just doing I knew I wanted to do turquoise, pink, and gold, so I just started drawing random shapes, and like I said, I did 2 coats of this, like each like little turquoise shape or whatever. I just did 2 coats over it, and I didn't show me doing the 2 coats. Like I said, just go back over exactly what you did before. And yeah, of course I have to put my hand on the camera. I think that's my thing. I don't know why, because I forget that it's there for a second. But I'm just taking my pink. This is a Nail Supply Glamour pink actually, and I'm just taking my pink and I'm kind of outlining the like turquoise like shape that I did. But I wanted it like, I'm trying to think of like how to explain it. Like, it was thick in some parts of the line, it was thin in some parts in the line. Like, I didn't want it to be like a direct outline. I wanted to kind of like have some type of character, like give it some dimension. So I kind of like let it like let the polish on my brush kind of like fade out, and then I would like dip it in some more, and then start from like a different area of, oh my god, I'm so irritated with my head. I mean, like, you can see what I'm doing, but like I'll be irritated seeing my own head pop up in my videos. Like, bro, move. But yeah, I feel like you can definitely see on that. So of course I just did the same thing on the other side and cured that, and I knew I wanted to do gold. I don't have like a what do you call it, like a gold polish or nothing like that, and this is the way I like to do my gold chrome. So I always put my top coat down first, and then I'll go in and do my chrome on top of that, and then make whatever design I'm gonna make with my top coat, and then wipe it all off with alcohol, and it's like a big reveal, and I love doing that. So yeah, but just top coat all 10 of the nails, and then we're going to cover them in the gold chrome. And after you're done top coating, make sure to wipe off your sides so that it doesn't look bulky. We spent so much time on that shape, I don't want to mess it up. Also, another tip when you're doing chrome, they always send you with like these little brushes, and usually I use them, but I'm not gonna lie, using your finger like definitely works a lot better. Your finger is just gonna be like real powdery and stuff for a minute, but it's worth it. Like I said, it's easier, it goes on quicker, you don't have to really struggle with it, it's no hassle. Like, just take your finger, dip it in the chrome real quick, slide it over down, boom, you're done. Alright, so once you wiped away any excess, like I said, I just took my top coat and my liner brush. Oh my god, there's no way I'm a... Bro. Alright, whatever. I'm mad. Why am I always in the camera? Like, I really do be forgetting that it's there, and I don't know how I be forgetting, because I'm like, oh, I gotta record, gotta make content, all of this, blah, blah, blah. But, okay, there we go. We finally get some sort of, oh my god, nope. Alright, so basically, what I'm doing, taking my liner brush, my striper brush, whatever, and dip it in the top coat and just make some random lines, and I didn't really follow like the same exact pattern that I had did before. They were just kind of random. Some of them I followed, but some of them I was just like doing random. So just cure that for like 30 seconds, and then we're gonna take that out, or 60 seconds, my bad. And I'm using 91% alcohol and just wiping that off for the big reveal. Of course, you can use 70%. I don't think it really makes a difference, but just use some alcohol and just wipe off that the rest of that chrome, and then of course it'll leave wherever you put your top coat at. And it's time for finishing touches. I'm just taking my homemade cuticle pins and just moisturizing her up a little bit for pictures. And of course, this is how her beautiful nails came out. You guys can see her nail up under that overlay, super strong, looking good. But yeah, I absolutely love how these came out. So thanks for watching, and make sure you guys leave me comments and let me know what you want to see in the next video. Bye!